Imagine a world without sun, a realm of crushing pressure and eternal night thousands of feet beneath the waves. This is the deep ocean, an environment so hostile, so alien, that for centuries we believed it to be a lifeless void. But we were wrong. In isolated pockets of warmth and chemical energy, life doesn't just survive, it flourishes in ways that defy imagination. These are the deep-sea oases, clustered around hydrothermal vents that billow superheated, mineral-rich water from the planet's core. And here, amidst this strange carnival of life, scientists have discovered something that rewrites the very rulebook of biology. It's not a fish, not a worm, and not a crustacean. It is, against all odds, an insect. Meet the Deep-sea Oasis Longhorn Beetle. At first glance, this creature is a paradox, a living contradiction. Beetles belong to the rustling leaves of the forest floor, the sun-drenched meadows, the dry desert sands. Yet this one calls the abyssal plain its home, sometimes as deep as 3,000 meters below the surface. Its scientific name, Abyssalophorus profundus, hints at its profound mystery. Its body is a masterpiece of deep-sea engineering. Unlike its terrestrial cousins, often adorned with iridescent sheens and vibrant patterns, this beetle wears a suit of matte, non-reflective black. In the perpetual twilight of the abyss, this is the ultimate camouflage, allowing it to merge completely with the volcanic rock and shadows of its environment. But its most striking feature, the one that gives it its name, is a pair of impossibly long antennae. These are not mere feelers. They are sophisticated sensory arrays, often more than twice the length of the beetle's own body. In a world without light, these ethereal threads are its eyes, its ears, and its voice. They sweep in slow, deliberate arcs, tasting the faint chemical trails in the water, detecting the subtle vibrations of nearby movement, and painting a three-dimensional map of a world shrouded in absolute darkness. They are the key to navigating its treacherous terrain, to finding food, and to locating a mate in the vast, empty blackness. The question that baffled biologists was simple: how? How could an air-breathing insect colonize one of the most inhospitable aquatic environments on Earth? The answer lies in its complete surrender to the abyss. Its exoskeleton is not merely a suit of armor, it is a pressure vessel, reinforced with unique chitin structures that allow it to withstand pressures over 300 times what we experience at sea level, a force that would instantly crush a military submarine. Its 6 legs are stout and tipped with sharp, durable spines, acting as grappling hooks to anchor it firmly to slippery, microbe-coated rocks against the unpredictable deep-sea currents. And most remarkably, it has all but abandoned the need for abundant oxygen. Through a drastically slowed metabolism and highly specialized respiratory structures that can extract dissolved oxygen from the frigid water with incredible efficiency, it sips at life, making every molecule count. For years, its existence was mere speculation, a ghost in the machine of deep-sea exploration. Then, captured in the stark, bright lights of a remotely operated vehicle, it appeared. A tiny, resolute form scuttling with surprising agility across a landscape that looked more like another planet than our own. The initial reaction in control rooms around the world was disbelief. Insects simply do not live here. But the evidence was undeniable. Here was a testament to the sheer, stubborn tenacity of life, an evolutionary pioneer that had conquered a frontier we once thought unconquerable. The Deep-sea Oasis Longhorn Beetle's diet is as strange as its home. It doesn't hunt, nor does it scavenge on the large carcasses that drift down from above. Instead, it is a grazer of the microbial world. Its habitat, the hydrothermal vent fields, gives rise to vast, shimmering carpets of chemosynthetic bacteria. These are organisms that perform a kind of dark magic, converting the toxic chemicals spewing from the vents, like hydrogen sulfide, into life-sustaining energy. Life powered not by light, but by poison. Using highly specialized brush-like mouthparts, the beetle scrapes these thin biofilms from the rocks, consuming a food source that exists entirely independent of the sunlit world. It is a farmer in the deepest, darkest garden on the planet. This incredible feeding strategy is made possible by an ancient pact, a symbiotic relationship with bacteria living inside its own body. Within specialized chambers in its gut, the beetle cultivates its own colony of chemosynthetic microbes. These internal partners help it break down and process the complex and often toxic compounds found in the vent environment, unlocking nutrients that would otherwise be inaccessible. It is a self-contained ecosystem, a microscopic chemical factory housed within an insect, allowing it to thrive on a diet that would starve or poison nearly any other creature. This intimate partnership is a profound example of how cooperation becomes a powerful tool for survival in the most extreme places on Earth. In the silent, crushing dark of the abyss, communication is a life-or-death challenge. Sound travels far, but for a creature this small, it is an inefficient and dangerous way to broadcast its presence. So, the longhorn beetle has evolved a more elegant, more beautiful solution. It pierces the gloom with a language of its own making, bioluminescence. Both the adult beetles and their larvae possess small, specialized patches on their abdomens that can emit a soft, pulsating blue-green light. This is not a random glow. It is a controlled and complex form of communication. A series of slow pulses might be a beacon to attract a mate across the dark expanse. A rapid, urgent flash could be a territorial warning to arrival. For a predator, this sudden burst of light can be a startling defense, a flashbulb effect that dazzles and confuses, providing the beetle with a precious few seconds to escape into the shadows. This living light, produced by the precise chemical dance of luciferin and luciferase, makes the beetle a tiny, wandering star on the ocean floor. The life cycle of this creature is a saga of endurance. The female beetle lays her eggs in the relative safety of fine cracks in the cooling volcanic rock, often choosing locations where the temperature gradient is just right, not too close to the scorching heat of the vent, but warm enough to speed up development. The larvae that hatch are pale and grub-like, perfectly adapted for a life of slow, deliberate consumption. For months, perhaps even years, they graze on the bacterial mats, growing slowly in the nutrient-scarce environment. Finally, when they have stored enough energy, they undergo a quiet, hidden metamorphosis, transforming into the armored, antenna-wielding adults ready to continue the cycle. Each stage of their life is a quiet victory against the overwhelming forces of the deep. The Deep-sea Oasis Longhorn Beetle is more than just a biological curiosity. It is a profound symbol of resilience. It forces us to reconsider the very limits of where life can take hold, demonstrating that the drive to adapt and survive can overcome even the most extreme obstacles. It is a reminder that the deepest, darkest corners of our own planet are still home to wonders we are only just beginning to discover, full of secrets waiting for those bold enough to look. This tiny insect, thriving in a world of fire and pressure, challenges our very definition of what is possible. Of all its incredible traits, its ability to withstand impossible pressure, its diet of pure chemistry, its silent, glowing language in the dark, or its ancient partnership with microscopic life, which one captured your imagination the most? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We would love to hear what you find most astonishing about this true master of the abyss.